Oh my, the theme today has an ominous tone to it. The hidden danger in your daily routine, why your habits might be killing your joy, and how to fix it. Don't worry, there's actually a happy ending to this story. I'm glad that you're here. Bob Baker here, going solo, almost solo. I've got my sidekick, Keone, here. Pookie is out of town, enjoying the weekend with some friends in Illinois. But have no fear, we're going to have a great time on Sunday Inspiration Live. And just spoke with Pookie on the telephone just a few minutes ago. So we're going to listen to her voice at least. And she may be popping in the, if she hasn't already, she might be popping in the chat too. So welcome. This is Sunday Inspiration Live. I'm Bob Baker, and let's get things cranked up, shall we?
Oh, when I wake up in the morning, I feel so grateful. When I wake up in the morning, I feel so alive. When I wake up in the morning, I feel the spirit.
Let's make a party out of this. Come on
When I
now.
wake up in the morning, I'm here to thrive.
Sing along.
So I wake up every day. Wake up, this is what I say. Wake up, I am so free. Wake up, and I'm free to be me. I'm free to be me. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, you are free to be you. Hopefully, I'm coming through loud and clear. Just checked my audio levels, and something was cutting out, and then I got it back in, and now it should be loud and clear. Anyway, welcome. I see a lot of activity in the live chat here. We got Mrs. Johnson, Cherie is here, Lisa Shepard, of course, as always. Oh, our friend Tracy Canine over in Dublin is joining us. Yay, good to see you, Tracy. We got Crystal is here. Oh my, Donna and Carrie and Adele, Debbie. Woohoo! It is a party, and I think Jennifer Nickel is here. Pamela Cotter, Jessica Emerson. Thank you all for showing up early. And about 40 other people currently, as I look at my stats. As always, what we've been doing for a number of months now is we stream live 3 different places. And the main place we want you to go, because her channel could use the boost, even though it's growing, is Pookie's channel. So that's the primary place we're trying to drive traffic to. But we're streaming live on Pookie's YouTube channel. We're streaming live on My Affirmations channel and also on Facebook. And so wherever you're watching, welcome. Great to have you here. Leave a comment also. I'm sure Lisa has already prompted you to put in there where you're watching from, if we don't know, especially if we don't know you. And if it's your first time, or maybe first time in a while, would love to know that. But yeah, I had this topic came up just in a couple of days. I saw this interview that sparked the topic for today. The hidden danger in your daily routine. We're going to be talking about something. It's basically, the bottom line is ways to spice up your life, add more zest and more joy, more present moment awareness. That's what we're going to be talking about. But there's a science-backed reason that you may be feeling unfulfilled. And so I'm really excited to be talking about that. But that's coming up later. Got a couple of original songs I'm going to be playing. And we're going to be ending the show, whenever that is, with Money is Coming to Me. One of my the most popular music affirmation video by far. It's got like 800,000 views, I think, maybe. And the channel, My Affirmations channel, just hit. Lisa is really so good about making me aware of these when the odometer on the subscribers clicks over. But we're at 393,000. Is that right? Yeah, 393,000. No, I don't know. Subscribers, so getting close to 400,000. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Probably right around, I don't know, sometime in the fall, Thanksgiving, maybe. we'll hit that awesome milestone. So a lot is in store here. So Pooki, when she's here, normally does this centering activity, but I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to be playing a little background music here. Hang on a second. I'm going to pull up some notes. I just realized I didn't have this set up here. But I just this morning I created a little graphic to play here, so you weren't just looking at me necessarily during this. But let me pull this up here. Play a little music in the background, and just let's breathe together and set an intention. What do we want to happen during this broadcast? What do we want to have? What do we intend for this day and for the week ahead? Because it's so important to set an intention, to have an expectation, to steer your mind and your thoughts and your behavior so that you're living a life on purpose. And that's intentional. So take a deep breath with me. Just breathe in, fill up your lungs nice and slow. Hold it for a second or two, and then let it out with an ah sound. A nice, slow, deep breath in, and really try to fill up that lower part of your lungs, the part that really doesn't get as much attention because we go through our days breathing so shallowly. So let's breathe deep and fill it up. Hold it and let it out. And I just want to take this opportunity early in the broadcast just to pause for a moment and give thanks for this beautiful day and the gift of life. I don't know about the weather where you are. We're having some gorgeous weather in St. Louis, but even if it's raining or storming outside, you could still be thankful for the gift of life. I want to acknowledge that each person tuning in to this broadcast is here for a reason. You have been divinely guided to this session, I believe, for a reason. And let's declare together that every person who tunes in will receive the exact message they need to hear at the exact moment they need to hear it. And I know that the words spoken here, the music played, will create a ripple effect of inspiration and positivity that will spread throughout the world. In that message that each person hears, that insight, that aha moment, it'll be different for everyone. You might even go back and listen to this again in the future, and it'll be a different moment. Just something else will stand out for you. Will go, I needed to hear that right now. I hear that over and over again. So what's that going to be for you? So stay tuned for it. So let's affirm together that everyone will listen and watch and consume this with an open heart and a willingness to receive whatever blessings come their way. May we all be uplifted, inspired, and transformed by today's message and our interactions here. And not just the message that you hear from me, but the interactions that you have with each other in the chat. Just the positive vibrations that you feel from each other. So I offer this prayer, this invocation in gratitude for the opportunity to come together in this amazing way. May our hearts be filled with love. May the ideas presented here lead to inspired action that creates positive change in the world. So let's say together, amen, and so it is. There you go. Let me get this back on the screen there. Yeah. Awesome. I'm so glad that you're here. And so again, we're streaming live on a couple of different, on Pooki's channel, on my channel. And here's an interesting fun fact that I've mentioned before, but in case you haven't heard this in a while, did you know that 2/3 of the people who watch my YouTube videos and pretty much any YouTube video, they do not subscribe to the channel. So there's a very good chance with just 50, whatever, almost 60 people watching live here. I'm going to guess that 40 of you probably tune in regularly, but you don't actually subscribe to the channels. So if that's the case, especially over on Pookie's channel. I'm doing fine. I got 393,000 subscribers on my way to 400,000. Pookie's at about 1,600, I think. So especially subscribe to her channel. There are links in the description on both Facebook and YouTube where you can go to each of our respective channels and subscribe. So go ahead and do both of them. You may be subscribed to one or the other, but go ahead and subscribe to both of them. And Lisa's probably going to be putting in the chat the links to each of our respective channels there, so you can go there and take care of that. So subscribe to the channels. Because when you listen to a particular channel's videos on a regular basis, like I know a lot of you go to my channels to listen on a regular basis to my affirmations, YouTube will keep feeding those up to you because you've expressed an interest in it, and you may not be subscribed. But go ahead and subscribe too, and also like and share and do all those other things. But it just sends a signal to YouTube that this channel is meaningful to a lot of people, and it'll spread the message to a wider group of people. So you're doing yourself a favor and doing us a favor by doing that. So just make sure you are subscribed and not just regularly. We appreciate the views too, but go ahead and take that step. All right, I think it's time for a song here. So let me get set up for that. And I've mentioned before when when Pookie's here, she can cover the time that I'm like grabbing my guitar and setting stuff up, but when I'm going solo, I've got to cover all of the airtime and push all the buttons and direct and produce and everything else. But I love it. I'm not complaining at all because my gosh, just when I was 15, 20 years ago, whatever, we didn't have this technology. Basically, I have like a broadcast studio to reach a global audience, depending on how many people can make aware of this. But it's still amazing to me. I try to never take for granted that all these modern conveniences, these gifts that we have, just your smartphone alone is like a tool that will allow you to reach whoever you want to reach. All right, so this is a song that probably, I'm guessing, was inspired, if I remember right, it was inspired coming out of COVID, where a lot of people were in isolation. But even now we're beyond that, it still applies because there are a lot of people who are still isolated. They don't socialize. They don't either have a family or they're estranged from their family and friends. And there's a lot. Loneliness is kind of another version of a pandemic. And so being aware of that and the importance of connecting with people. Thank you for the kind words on my hair. I appreciate that. Keep leaving comments. Let us know where you're watching from. And I'm going to be checking in with and highlighting some of those comments as soon after this song. But anyway, this is a song that speaks to that, and let's enjoy it right now, shall we? So many people feel alone. So many rarely leaving home. They muddle through, don't know what's right. But you can't help them find the light. Stop the fight. Who needs your love today? Who needs to hear you say, I'm thinking of you and I wish for you the best? Who needs your time right now? Your love can show them how they matter to you, so they know it's true. So many people who you know sit in the dark, they've lost their glow. A fire that once burned bright is cold. but you can help them find the gold, break the mold. Who needs your love today? Who needs to hear you say, I'm thinking of you, and because of you I'm blessed? Who needs your time right now? Who needs to hear you say, I believe in you? I'm so proud of you. Reach out today. Reach out today. Who needs your love today? Who needs to hear you say, I'm thinking of you, and I wish for you the best? Who needs your time right now? Your love can show them how they matter to you, so they know it's true. Who needs your love today? Who needs to hear you say, I'm thinking of you, and because of you I'm blessed? Who needs your time today? Who needs to hear you say, I believe in you, and I miss you too? Reach out today. Reach out today. Reach out today. Reach out today. There you go. As I was keeping an eye on my lyrics, I was looking up right above that, scene, and I saw some wonderful comments. Thank you so much for the kind words. It seemed to resonate with a lot of you, and it's so true. So there's a call to action there. Who does need your love today? Who do you know that maybe you haven't reached out for whatever reasons? You're busy. Maybe it's uncomfortable for whatever reason. So who can you reach out to today, sometime after this broadcast? You can call them. You can text them. You can just reach out in some way. Hey, I just want to thank Andy here for sending this super chat. Really appreciate it. And on both of our, and thank you very much, Andy. Have a super chat for the super work you all do. Great. Really, yeah, thank you so much. That's right. Andy's up there in Canada. Really appreciate that. And so now on both of our channels, whether you're watching on, on Pooki's channel or mine, you do have the ability to send a little digital love. And let's, again, I'm kind of steering a lot of the activity, both the monetization and the views and all that, and the subscriptions over to Pooki's channel. So if you're on Pooki's channel, even though she's not here, if you want to send a little, digital affirmation that that we are doing some good work in the world, do that, and that will help fund her activities. We're going to Japan in September, and man, oh man, that's going to be quite an adventure. She's been there once before. I've never been to that part of the world at all, and so whenever I go to new places like that, there's a little bit of a, not anxiety, but anticipation of, like, oh my God, what's that going to be like? Going to this country I've heard about so much, and I hear it's amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let's see here. I think now it's time to, let's see, check in with some comments here. And speaking of this technology, I use this software that allows me to pull in comments and show them on the screen like this one from Christina Blevins. Oh man, that had a lot of synchronicity for me. I came in right at the right when that song, the right time when that song was playing. So good. I'm glad that it resonated. So that's your aha moment. You probably weren't here for my little invocation there. I asked everybody to set an intention and knew that the right message would fall on the right person. There is a great example of that. So I'm glad that you're here, Christina. Thank you for the kind words. Adele Koala says group hug. And yeah, and even though it was a call to action to reach out to others who might be lonely, you might be able to relate to that song. Like Carrie says here, I've been in that dark place and it's no fun at all. So you probably would have appreciated hearing from somebody. Lisa Shepard, our head honcho of helpfulness here, says trying not to tear up from that song. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Cherie, Pamela. I really appreciate all the kind words. Let's see here. It seems as there were any earlier comments that I need to highlight here. Let me go to some more of the recent ones. A lot of group hug people saying this. This is Carrie. I'm lonely too. Haven't made any friends in Central Oregon. Trying a lot. Yeah. So that's one of the other reasons that another Debbie also tearing up from that song. That wasn't my intention to make you cry, but if you feel it in some way and it's meaningful to you, it's another reason that we love doing these Sunday Inspiration Lives with over 3.5 years now. And I've mentioned this before. They're not the most popular videos on my channel. If we were looking at it strictly from an ROI, return on investment, standpoint, we would say this is really not really moving the needle for the channel. In fact, more people probably unsubscribe from the channels and subscribe from the Sunday Inspiration Lives. But we do them anyway for a number of reasons because it's just really meaningful for us. It's a way for you to come together on a Sunday. We have so many regulars here, and this is a meaningful part of your lives. And we might, probably a couple hundred maybe watch it live, and then another 1,000 to 1,500 or whatever watch the replay. And so you think about it, you put all those people in the one place, that's a pretty good size audience. It's like a small performing arts center, And so it's not insignificant, but it's compared to some of my other videos that get hundreds of thousands of views, it's smaller, but it's okay with us because we know we're creating a situation where you all can all come together, at least in a virtual setting, and connect with each other. And I know that's meaningful for us. It's meaningful for you. So we're going to continue doing this for some time to come. More group hugs. Jennifer says, watching from the swimming pool. Oh, that's got to be rough. That's nice. Barbara says, I will reach out today to someone who needs to hear from her. I appreciate that. All right. Let's see here. Anybody watching for the first time? Happen to be catching a live stream for the first time? Eileen Smoke was here earlier and it says, hey, y'all, click on like. It's right. Like this, share it. Jennifer says she's subscribed to both channels. That's cool. So hopefully those of you who maybe weren't subscribe have now done that. Franz Things earlier said, I appreciate you for this broadcast. Well, we appreciate you for being here. Carrie says there have been so many aha moments for her here. Let's see. Joe says, can't wait to hear what you have to say today. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a little different than my normal spiel. Jacqueline says, exactly means the world, Bob. All right, cool. Yeah, Carrie must be on the West Coast because it starts at 7 a.m. That's Pacific time. Where are our first timers? Well, regardless, hang on a second. Anna Torres says, love you guys. Bring peace and harmony. Grandmaster UV is here. I asked my mom to hold my... Oh, wow. Adele turned 40 yesterday. Is that right? So I could be here today? Oh, no, maybe today is... Oh, when is your actual birthday? Is it today? So But wow, yeah, there are people like actually arranging their schedules so they could be here. That is amazing. Cherie had a birthday. I think yeah, came to an improv class on her birthday. Was that right? Was it Cherie? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm juggling a lot of things in my mind, trying to get them all straight here. But all right. So if it's your birthday, if you're just here, if you just want to celebrate being alive and gratitude, we have a group of people that gather together in Studio B every Sunday. They put together the studio and they come together just so they can celebrate you for a few seconds. And we're going to do a countdown now. Cutting over to Studio B. I believe I'm talking to our director in there, and they are in place. Oh, one person's coming back from the bathroom. Okay, they're in their seat now. All right, let's go to Studio B. We're going to count down from 5. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cut to Studio B. It's amazing. It's oh, there's Crystal. She's back with the. You probably just have that like in a document where you just copy and paste the countdown, right? Oh, is Pookie in the house? Did she show up in the comments? I missed. Oh, there she is. There's Pookie right there. Yeah. So in that Studio B, it's summer here, but again, we're having cooler temperatures. So a lot of them are actually wearing jackets. That's pretty amazing. It's so cool out this morning. Hello, dear Pookie. Yes, give Pookie some love there in the live chat feed. She's here. I know she can't stay long because she's got an active schedule where she is hanging out with friends on some kind of a farm like place in Illinois. That's right. I thought I had that right. Yeah, it was great. Improv birthday, and she made sure that she was there. Tracy, how did you know? Let's see, a lot of activity going on. But yeah, give Pookie some love while she's here. I have it cut and paste ready every week because why type it out? Because it's a regular thing, right? Woohoo! Let's see here. Yeah, happy birthday to our July birthdays. Maybe next week when Pookie's back, we'll do a little birthday song. And yeah, that's right. Happy birthday, Adele. Oh, my birthday was last Wednesday. That's cool. But if you're having a birthday, go ahead and in the last couple of weeks or upcoming or this month, let us know, and we'll celebrate. All right, where are we? So I continuing to do this new interview series, or I'm interviewing some amazing people. It's called The Inspired Life. And the most recent interview that went live on Friday is with Holly MacCue. And this one's more geared for it's like for people that have something that they want to promote. Maybe you have a product or service in particular. Maybe you're like an energy worker, you do yoga, or you got a creative person, whether it's music or writing or some kind of a craft. But this is about kind of like marketing, branding, how to become the go-to expert in your field. And Holly, who lives in Australia by way of the UK, she's actually a UK person, but she lives in Australia, so she probably had her accent's probably a melding of all these different things. But she's amazing. I've actually joined one of her programs, and she goes into depth. It's really a lot of clarity about how to brand yourself, how to communicate so you're attracting the right people. I know not everybody here is business minded, are into that whole marketing thing, but if you are, it's really a great interview, and there's a link to it in the description, and Lisa will probably be popping it in the chat. That's the 7th interview, I think. I got more coming, and I'm going after some bigger fish. Actually, you know who I've scheduled in August as Jason Stevenson. I'm going to be interviewing him, and he runs an incredibly popular channel that has like meditation music and these long sleep affirmation recordings. He has like 3 million, I think, YouTube subscribers, and I reached out to him to invite him to be a guest, and he's totally down for it. He said he's well aware of my channel, and And so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm reaching out to some other similar, like bigger YouTubers and so on. That'll be coming up. So, but that'll be cool. Rubbing elbows with other people that are doing amazing work in a similar space. So, stay tuned for that. All right, let me take a drink here. How many of you know who Jason Stevenson is? I'm just curious about that. If not, look him up. He's also an Aussie. He's an Australian. Yeah, yeah. I'm also hoping to interview Jess Shepherd too. She's another one that has rising higher meditation, and some other folks. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Hang on a second. Let me get up my notes here. Make sure I've got everything ready to roll with this, because this is going to be an important thing. Hang on a second here. This loads. All right, there we go. Giving you the play-by-play here. So our main topic today, the hidden danger in your daily routine. Subtitle, why your habits might be killing your joy and how to fix it. I know that's kind of a, attention-getting title there, but it pretty much does speak to what I'm going to be discussing here. And so I've got a bunch of notes here in a Google Doc that I'm going to be referencing on my screen, but I will be embellishing it as I go along here. I'm going to be reading a little bit more than I normally do on Sunday mornings. And so the hidden danger in your daily routine. So let me just start off by laying the foundation by explaining there's something that's happened with me over the years that I've noticed, and I never was able to put like a label on it or like a psychological underpinning or whatever. And I've noticed that when it comes to like health and fitness, and this is like a reoccurring thing in my life. A lot of areas of my life are really solid. The health thing, and I don't mean this health like from any kind of a terminal or like a what do you call it, a disease or an ongoing issue. Just the basic stuff about keeping your weight down, making sure you're eating right, making sure that you're getting enough physical activity. I know what to do, like many of us. I've been around the block. I've done tons of research. I was a pescatarian for like 15 years, or I only was basically a vegetarian who eats seafood. We've reintroduced some high quality, like grass-fed beef into our diets in over the past, 6 months or so. But yeah, I know. So I know all these things, but putting them into practice has always been a challenge. And so quite often, many of you can relate to this. You get to a point where you've let yourself go. You go, I'm sick of it. And then you take steps to eat right. You lose a few pounds. You get some more activity. Like I personally love swimming. And then you start to feel the benefits of it. You go, oh my God, I feel so much better now that I've lost the weight. Now that I've got the activity, I've got more energetic. And you think, I'm not going back. This is my new way of living because I just feel alive, right? And then what I've noticed, though, is you continue that for a number of weeks, and that feeling of energized and freshness and this new way of living, it starts to wane after a while, and it becomes your new normal, right? And then you sort of get away. That's no longer the thing that's motivating you because it just feels normal. That's the way that your body's operating. So it doesn't have that contrast to the sluggishness that you felt prior. And I've been aware of this. And the trick is to how do you continue the good habits even when that feeling of elation is gone? Similar to, you've heard of the honeymoon effect, which is often used in talking about relationships when you're excited and you're in love and there's this chemistry in the early weeks and months of a relationship or even early years, and then it wanes, and as you get used to the person, that reaction that you have to them diminishes. You still love them, but there's a different type, it evolves into a different type of relationship. So I've been aware of these things, heard about the honeymoon effect and all this, but I never really had a way to label it or understand it from a neurological standpoint until I listened to this interview that the other day with Dr. Tally Sharrett. I believe that's how you spell or pronounce her name. It's Sharot. Dr. Tally Sharrett is a cognitive neuroscientist known for her work, among other things, on the brain's response to habituation. I never even heard of this term before. There's a thing called habituation, which is a area of science that she has gone deep into. What is it? So habituation, watch how I say that, is a psychological phenomenon where repeated exposure to the same stimulus results in a decreased response. So they've actually investigated this. And essentially, what they found, or she's and her research has found, is we become so accustomed to certain stimuli that we stop noticing them, which can affect our emotional reactions and overall life experiences. So here's some key insights. I'm going to get all sciencey on you, but we're going to bring this into reality about how you can apply this. I'm sure you're already thinking about how this applies to your life. So key insights from Dr. Sharrett. So this habituation thing has evolutionary origins, and so there's good aspects of it. Habituation helps humans adapt to our environment by allowing us to focus on new and potentially more important stimuli rather than the constants that are unlikely to change. So this is essential for survival because it helps us ignore the background noise and remain alert to new threats or opportunities. So it's wired into our DNA, and it's what helped our species survive because I've often said that our brains can only comprehend so much information, and there's more than ever in this modern life. And so it uses a filter that you can impact through affirmations and so on. But in this habituation context, things that are normal, that are everyday, you tend to tune out, and you're looking for the novelty, and especially as it comes to threats or opportunities. It did say here, so that you can notice new and good, bad, or good and bad things that are new, not part of the norm. So let's talk about the positive aspects and the negative aspects of this habituation. So our brains show reduced activation in response to repeatedly presented with rewarding stimuli, which explains why the thrill of novelty wears off over time. No matter how good you feel with this new, health regimen, or how great the new relationship, the new job, the new car, the new house, this applies to so many areas of our lives. That excitement wanes over time when you're just repeatedly exposed to the same thing. It's not because you don't care. Like in a relationship, don't condemn your partner for not acting the same way that they did. It's not because that they're an evil person necessarily. It's just that this habituation effect is taking root there. So also the same happens with negative exposure to things. So prolonged exposure to negative stimuli leads to a diminished emotional response, which explains why we might remain in harmful situations, in relationships with people that aren't honoring us, with like pains that we're experiencing. So there's negative. So you can also become used to bad things in your life and just like accept them over time. So where the initial pain that you felt from this person or this situation diminishes. So it works both ways. And I think it's really crucial to sort of be aware of that. So you wonder, why is she staying with him or her? Why do they continue to, knock their heads against the wall? Well, it's because the negative impact of it, because of the repetition, diminishes over time in the same way that the positive aspects diminish over time. So people often overestimate the long-term effect of positive and negative events because they fail to account for this habituation. So be aware, like making decisions in the early excited state. Like, for instance, a lot of people will be in an early weeks or months of a relationship and they want to get married, or you want to buy a new house, or you get excited about this new investment opportunity, or you're excited about this change in career that you have. While there are warning signs that maybe this might not be a good path, and in hindsight, after the thrill wears off, you realize, how many times you said there were red flags along the way? I just ignored them because I was so in love or so excited about the opportunity. That's habituation. Or also in a negative state, you give up on something because you think this negative feeling will last forever. You start that new business of yours, and you run into some obstacles, and it really disappoints you, and you're feeling this negative emotion, and you go, "Oh, I don't want to feel this way, so I'm gonna not pursue this thing anymore," because you think it's going to last forever, but over time, those obstacles become lessened, or you have less of a reaction to them because they're a normal part of the pursuit of this particular thing. Um, so it works both ways. All right, so here let's get into some of the solutions that you can use this knowledge of habituation to improve your life and add more excitement and all that stuff. So Dr. Sherritt suggests introducing novelty and variety into our lives to counteract habituation. So this could be as simple as taking different routes to work, trying new hobbies, or breaking routines to see familiar surroundings with fresh eyes. I got some more specific tips coming up in the next section here, but just bear with me. Also, this is interesting too, like taking breaks. Like interrupting ongoing pleasurable activities with breaks can enhance enjoyment. Well, personal example right now is Pookie is out of town. She left yesterday. She'll be back Tuesday. So there's a few days there where I'm operating without her. And when she comes back, we have this joke about how can I miss you when you won't go away. I think that could be a good song title. But yeah, sometimes taking a break from your partner, or you're going on vacation or whatever. You appreciate the person when they come back in. There's times when she's been gone, like she was recently gone to Hawaii for 3 weeks, and so yeah, it was definitely great when she came back. Also, Dr. Sherritt talks about like vacations. Instead of going on like a 2-week vacation, she said that her research showed that within the first 2 days, the excitement of being in a new place when you go on vacation starts to wane after like 48 hours. So not that you're not thrilled to still be there, and it's always vacations. If you're having a great time, they end too early, but your excitement about it just starts to dip. So she's suggesting maybe go on shorter day trips or weekend, shorter, smaller vacations instead of those the long ones that you do once or twice a year. So interrupting the patterns. Let's see here. And then this topic of mindfulness and awareness comes up over and over again. It really is the key to success in so many areas of life. But she says practicing mindfulness can help individuals become more aware of their surroundings and experiences, reducing the risk of habituation by fostering a present, focused mindset. So quite often we tune out those things because we're living on autopilot. We miss the beauty of our space that we're in, the people that we're hanging out with. And so when you're mindful and you're present, you remind yourself, let me be present with this person, or in this place, this deck, whatever, the front porch that I've been sitting on for years. Let me look around and actually notice what's here. Oh, there's a plant over there. Oh, there's a bird. So that kind of mindfulness and combined with gratitude can maybe just give you a new perspective on it. Now, I know that I had heard this concept over the decades. I've been a fan of Tony Robbins for a long time, and I knew this kind of dovetailed with something that he talked about regarding certainty and uncertainty. So I did a little research, and Tony Robbins emphasizes he actually has there's 6 basic human needs that he talks about. Some of the other ones are significance, love and connection, growth and contribution. But the 2 that relate to what I'm talking about here are certainty and then uncertainty / variety. All right. So he emphasizes, and I've heard him talk about this before, so I had to dig up some of the details here, but he emphasizes the importance of balancing the need for certainty with uncertainty and variety to lead a fulfilling life. So let's kind of just dive into these aspects here. So look out, when Pookie's gone, it turns into Dr. Bob. All right, let's talk about certainty. The definition of it is the need for stability, security, and predictability to avoid pain and stress. The benefits of certainty, we all need a good amount of certainty in our lives because it provides comfort and safety. It helps with planning, ensures a sense of control over your life. And so we need that stability, because otherwise we would feel chaotic, and if we never knew where we were going to be sleeping or how our next meal is coming from or who our friends and family were, that would be a very dissatisfying life. So we need that stability. But the challenge is too much certainty can lead to boredom and a lack of growth opportunities, okay? Now let's talk about uncertainty and variety. The definition of that: the need for change, new stimuli, and adventure to prevent life from becoming monotonous. Another thing that Dr. Sherritt said in this interview, and it was an interview with Mel Robbins, who she has the 5-second whatever high five, and I don't know, she's got you probably maybe know who she is, but she was an interview with Mel Robbins where I just listened to this a couple of days ago. But she talks about how actually midlife for many adults or people is where a lot of this comes into play, because when we're younger, life is constantly changing. When we're going to school and high school and college, even in our 20s, there's new opportunities, and we're dating different people and all this stuff. A lot of variety in our lives. But when you get kind of settled down in midlife, especially if you have a family and a job that you've been at for long, this is where this creeps in, to where you find, why am I not happy? I've got everything that I want. So it may be because of this habituation. All right. So, I talked about the need for new, for new stimulation and activities to keep from becoming monotonous. So the benefits of having a certain amount of uncertainty and variety in your life is it keeps life exciting, it fosters creativity, and promotes personal growth through new experiences. But the challenge is, as I mentioned, excessive uncertainty can cause stress and anxiety and make it difficult to maintain stability. So the whole thing, the key right here is to finding the balance. The key to a healthy and fulfilling life is to balance these two needs. And I don't think, all of our Sundays, and I don't think we've ever actually talked about this specifically. So here's some more things from Tony Robbins, similar to what I mentioned earlier, but the key to find this balance is to introduce novelty within structure. All right? So it's a combination of the two things. And I love this concept because actually I have said this many times with improv. I teach improv comedy classes. I do improv shows. If you're in the St. Louis area, let me know, and I'll let you know where my classes and my shows are. But I often teach that, yes, with improv, you're making stuff up. It's pretty wide ranging, but every game that you play in improv has a structure. It's not completely free form. In fact, there's the word form, which describes the game. Like, what's this game? There's a structure. There's a format to it. And once all the players are aware of the form of each game, the structure and the rules of that game, then you can improvise within it. It's a great example of how this structure with novelty works. So incorporate new activities and experiences into your routine while maintaining a stable foundation. For example, try new hobbies or travel occasionally, but keep your daily schedule consistent. But so there's got to be this balance of consistency, certainty, stability with novelty, uncertainty, things that make you a little like, oh, what's going to happen here? That's what keeps life exciting. Also, set exciting goals. Create a vision for your future that excites you. To always be like moving towards something. And I got an example of that I'm going to be sharing here in just a little bit. So this vision should be compelling enough to motivate you while providing a clear path. Pooki and I have often talked about the big, bold, bodacious goal. I think that can be really life-changing. So having something that scares you a little bit that you're moving toward in whatever time you can allot to it. Because when you just kind of settle into routines, oh my God, all I got time is to work and deal with the kids and my aging parents or whatever. You get into that routine where there's nothing novel, nothing pulling you and exciting you. Life can get a little monotonous, right? And sometimes your life circumstance you just don't have as much time, but add as much variety as you possibly can. I got some other tips coming up here. Embrace flexibility. Be open to change and adapt to new situations. This flexibility allows you to navigate uncertainties while maintaining control over your life. So what are some simple ways to add this variety and uncertainty? And I've done this many times. We've done it, actually did it recently here in our own home. But let's talk about your house or your dwelling. How about rearranging the furniture? You ever done that? Just simply like moving the couch to a different position, or making the living room, I don't know, switching the dining room and the living room. I don't know, depending on the way your house is set up. You could rearrange the furniture. You could get new furniture. We actually had this couch for like 17 years. We've been in this house and we had the same couch, and we recently got rid of it and got a new couch, a new color. So it kind of spices the room up and like makes, oh, this is cool. If it's not furniture, how about decor? Can you get different paintings on the wall? Can you paint the walls a different color? Or work in a different room? Quite often, like when we first moved in here, I think my office was in the next. We have these they're like extra bedrooms or whatever. I was in this next room over here where Pooki kind of resides now with her office. And then I switch things around. You just get a different perspective. So how can you keep things fresh? Socially, can you meet new people? Can you reach out to people that you don't normally hang out with? That's always kind of exciting. Visit new places, like a new restaurant that you've never been to. Try something new. Is there an art museum or a gallery or something that you've been wanting to try, or some local place that you've heard about? Because quite often, like I've lived in St. Louis my entire life, and there's still some things that I either have never been to or haven't been to since I was a kid, And so get out and be adventurous. Try new activities. So it doesn't have to be like a huge life change to add this uncertainty and variety to your life. They can be small things that you do. Get together with friends. Play some new games. I don't know. Go to those escape rooms. Play laser tag. Just go to an amusement park or whatever. Just try some new stuff. Add that thrill and that uncertainty. So am I making my point? Let me just check in on comments because I've just been reading this all, so I don't know what's been transpiring here. I know Tracy's mentioning I love moving things in my house. The energy shift is amazing. Got a new sofa. Yeah, cool. I changed some things in my home this year and tried some different things. Cool. I'm reading from a Google Doc, but it's really not in a form that I can share. And I don't know if I'm going to have time to make it something that's actually legible. I've dumped a bunch of stuff in here and highlighted things I wanted to mention, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. Maybe I can link to some of that. Look up Mel Robbins and Dr. Tali Sharot interview. I think it's fairly recent. That would give you a lot of insight into this too. Let's see here. Balance. Yes. Oh, Adele says, I started learning French. Yeah, that's definitely a way to mix things up and get your brain working in different ways. Meditation is very good at bed. He meditates, does affirmations before I get out of bed. Let's see here. Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, Crystal says, love Mel Robbins. Yeah, the 5-second rule, that's one of her jokes. That's one of her books. I'm already thinking about Bob's Comedy Corner. Yep, must be both. Certainty and novelty. Love this. Awesome, cool. It could be a blues song. I think you're referencing the How Can I Miss You When You Won't Go Away. Just a little joke that we have. All right, so let me just, we're about to finish up this segment here, but let me just talk about, there's a new way of adding that I am. So I've been doing these affirmations for like 7.5 years now on YouTube, and I love doing them. But I'm reaching this point where I'm feeling I need some kind of variety, something new, something fresh. I've been called for some time now to expand in this way. And so what I'm going to do is read to you more reading here. I sent out an email. You may have received this, but if not, I'm just going to kind of hit some of the highlights here explaining this. And so I just want to give you a heads up on some things that I'm going to be exploring and doing. So it says here that there are some big changes coming, and I want you to know what they are and how they will affect you. In this email, in this post, I said, first, I want to thank you for being an important part of my life. I never saw this chapter of my life coming when I posted my first, affirmation video on YouTube. And again, that was like 7.5 years ago. So like, wow, it's been a while now that I've been doing this. So to this day, I'm blown away by the countless people who have benefited from my voice and the positive messages that I share. And so thank you for finding my work, for sharing it, and for getting on, for being part of my world. I really sincerely appreciate you more than you know. So let's talk about what might be changing or I might be adding. So the thing is, again, we're talking about certainty and stability and foundational things, and then we're talking about uncertainty and variety. So I will continue to record and publish affirmation recordings. That won't go away. That's my stability. That's the thing that I'm certain about. It's kind of like my bread and butter. I've kind of become known as the YouTube affirmations king, if you were, if I might use those terms. These other people have used that to describe me. And so I'm always looking for ways to do that better. I think I may even start doing some things on like the history. I'm fascinated by the history of affirmations. They were originally called like auto-suggestion. They date back to the 1800s and even back to the Bible. There's been references throughout history. But I'm really fascinated by the people who made affirmations popular. I might be doing some videos on those and how they work and so on, in addition to the normal affirmation videos that you're used to. But I'm also feeling called to take people who are interested on a deeper journey. So affirmations are a great tool, no doubt. I've used them to improve my own life. You've used them to improve yours. And some of you have shared with me that they've had a profound impact, which is why I love doing this work, and I will continue to do those. But affirmations, I will admit, are just one of many tools that you can use to improve the quality of your life. And so I want my work to go beyond just making people feel better for a few minutes. I know many of you have used them in a deeper way than that, but there's still this sort of mindset or whatever that, affirmations are just wishful thinking. They're like bumper sticker slogans. And depending on how you approach them, they can have that, that surface level effect. But I want to go deeper. So I want to continue to spread positivity, inspiration, and joy. I'll do that through affirmations, but I want to go deeper beyond that surface level stuff. And so I believe that they're as helpful as affirmations can be. There are steps that we can all take to even go deeper and live a fully actualized life. And this has been a conundrum of mine, like explaining the tangible benefits of this mindset work, because it tends to be a little fuzzy. You can't it's not like a certain amount of money you're making or like a concrete end result. But let me just tell you that when you do this stuff and really root out the stuff that's slowing you down and upgrade your frequency and all that, there really are tangible and profound results, because you end up, you feel more confident. Your career can improve. Your relationships get better. You put more of a focus on your health because you're like loving yourself more, making that more of a priority. Your sense of purpose is enhanced. Your zest for life overflows. And so that's what I want for you. I want you to enjoy life at a level that you can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. It's tangible. You can feel it in whatever areas of your life that you're wanting to have that impact. So how am I going to be delivering that? I've mentioned this before in recent weeks, but I've rebranded my email list to be called the Abundant Life Newsletter. Let's see, I got some images here. Let me just pop that up. There's the kind of the logo of it right now. I think I'm going to change that Oasis for affirmations because it's going to go beyond that. It's called the Abundant Life Newsletter, and every week, or most weeks, I plan to create either an article, an audio, or a video that gives you a concrete way to improve your mindset and develop new habits. And many of these articles will eventually, I'm kind of gearing up to publish another book. And so I'm going to be like basically publishing early versions and drafts of the chapters in this newsletter. And you'll be part of that journey as I craft these messages. You can give me feedback on stuff. And so what's different about this particular newsletter, and here's another screenshot of it. Let's see here. Let's go from a few weeks ago. I host this on a website called Substack, and am delivering the emails that way too. But what's different is that half or more of the content will remain available at no cost. That's what I've done for many years. And so you're still, especially if I'm linking to new YouTube videos and things that are publicly available, and other things too. But the rest, who knows? I don't know the exact percentage, 40%, 50%, will be available to those who choose to be paid subscribers for a small monthly or annual fee. And when you support the newsletter at the end with an annual subscription level, your name will be listed in the special recognition section of my next book. So that is something that I'm working on. And again, in these, it's going to be, yeah, I'll share links to my newest affirmations, but I want to go deeper than that. I want to give you tools like this thing that we talked about with habituation and different things that where you can actually put this into practice and make real changes in your life. And so if many of you are already on that list, if you're not, go to bobbakerinspiration.com. That's again bobbakerinspiration.com. There's a link in the description and the show notes wherever you're watching this, and I'm sure Lisa is popping that in the live comment feed. It should also be in a pinned comment once the replay is activated here on YouTube. But you get some free gifts when you sign up for this Abundant Life newsletter. We'll send you a copy of our Turbocharge Your Life ebook. That's a lot of people have benefited from, thousands of people have benefited from, and also 6 MP3 downloads of some of my affirmations and meditations, and you'll get this 3 ways, and it's your choice. You can do all 3 of them, or you could, but it'll come in your inbox 2 or 3 times a week. I'm going to send out an update with the latest stuff. So you'll get it in your inbox, and then if you click within the email, it'll take you to the web page where those things are housed, and you can listen to the audio or watch the video or read it there if you don't want to read it in your email. There's also a free Substack app if you're into apps. You don't have to use the app. If you don't like apps, don't do it. Just use the email in the website version. But if you're into apps, which a lot of people are, there's a free Substack app that you can access it that way. And you can configure your notifications to be made aware. And again, when you subscribe, you can just go with the free version and still get a lot of great stuff and updates from me. Or if you want to pay a little bit, that'd be a way to support my efforts and the work that I do in the world and that Pooki and I do. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. One more thing. Let's see here. Also, those of you who've been following us for a while may know that Pooki and I, basically, I will soon launch a course based on the life-changing Heal, Activate, Connect process that Pooki and I have been developing over the past couple of years. And I like to call this, there's a slide from something we did a while back. I like to call this the personal transformation matrix. But it's basically this process that can be summed up by 3 steps: heal, activate, and connect. And it really is the way that we have transformed our lives and the people that we've mentored. It's really like the crucial steps that you take to reach true personal transformation. And we recorded a lot of material on these topics over the years, and I am now in the process of editing these things together into a course format, have worksheets and action steps and all this stuff, and look for that to be activated or made available soon. Okay, so I'm getting there. It's just taking me a while because I'm kind of editing out all the fluff. I really want, like, when you do this course, just to get to the meat of every lesson. Tracy here says the app is great. Tracy is one of the current or most recent paid subscribers to the Abundant Life, and so I appreciate that, Tracy. I'm sure there are others here. If that speaks to you, again, go to bobbakerinspiration.com. You'll see the link there to sign up for the email newsletter, and then you could choose free or paid. Doesn't matter to me. No pressure. But if you want those extra perks, that is available to you. All right, man, oh man. That's a lot of stuff here. And that course sounds amazing. Yeah. Lisa says, looking forward to that course. Yeah, I'm excited to get this out into the world. It's going to be referred, like, I'm going to think of this as like going to be like our core offer. And once I get it up and running, you'll be hearing a lot more about it. And it's a place to go if you want to take a deep dive with this. Yeah, see, can I do more affirmation videos about being productive with your life purpose, such as writing a book? I will. I always like to hear suggestions, and I kind of compile them, and one at a time, whatever's speaking to me, I think most people would benefit from. So yeah, thank you for those suggestions. Tamara, they are. I come back to them. I assume you're talking about affirmations. I come back to them all the time. They just give me reassurance that everything will be okay. I assume you're talking about that. Your affirmations are so good. Oh, thank you so much. And I know, yeah, people like Lisa here, their personal stories of, thank God her significant other, Tom, made her aware of my channel like 4 years ago or something. So she's a living proof that affirmations can be a tool that you can use to transform your life. And here she's working for us for coming up on 2 years, I think, right? Wow. That's amazing. So thank you all for letting me go through all that. I hope you learned something about this whole habituation topic. I hope it was meaningful for you. And boy, I'm going to have to move along here. I want to do another song. We got Bob's Comedy Corner, and then Money Is Coming to Me. I'm going to squeeze that all in on our remaining time here. Yeah, Crystal says, I definitely want to find out more about the course. Yeah, as soon as you've exposed to some of our teachings on it, but I'm putting it into a more formalized thing that will evolve over time. And so yeah. And there'll be some probably early bird founder and people who are in the High Vibe tribe will get a special offer on it to be continued. All right. So I'm going to do a love song here. Speaking of Pooki being gone, and hang on a second, and Keone and I she's here still. Oh, she's got to go. Well, I'm about to do a love song that I wrote for you, so you're just going to have to watch the replay, dear. I thought it'd be a good song to play while you're away. Because when I play this and she's just standing behind me, but I understand you got a lot going on there. So let's all say goodbye to Pooki. Wish her well. An amazing day. Check. All right, everything's coming through here. Yep. This is the love song that I wrote for Pooki. Let's rock and roll. Life was pretty good. I thought I understood how to make my way. But when you came along, I sang a different song about a brighter day. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. Ooh, she's still here. We've had our ups and downs, been through smiles and frowns, yet we stick like glue. As the years have passed, our love was meant to last. I couldn't imagine life without you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. 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 That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel about you. About you. There you go. It's short and sweet. That's for you, Pooki. I'm glad you could be here for that. So sweet. I love you too. She's so sweet. I love you. Aw. That is adorable. Adorbs. Thank you for the kind words about the love song. All right. Woohoo! All right, let's keep the things rolling along here. Respect your time and be action packed here. And so, it's that time. Do you know what time it is? Anybody guess what time it is? It's time for
It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Should do be why.
Bob's Comedy Corner.
Oh, yes. I always like to check the calendar to see if anything significant happened on this date and see if it would inspire some jokes. On this date, July 21st, 1983, guess what happened? The world's lowest recorded temperature was measured 128.6 negative 128.6 Fahrenheit, which is minus 89.2 Celsius, was measured at Vostok Station, Antarctica. Got it? Coldest day on record. So I thought it was perfect to do a whole series of It's So Cold jokes. Are you ready for them? I got a bunch of them here, and I don't have my sidekick straight, man, other than Keone. But let's get rocking and rolling. Here we go. It's so cold. Starbucks is serving coffee on a stick. It's so cold. Hitchhikers are holding up signs with pictures of thumbs. Okay. It's so cold. I chipped a tooth while eating soup. It's so cold. We didn't clean the house. We just had it defrosted. It's so cold. The police told a robber to freeze, and he really did. It's so cold. When we milk the cows, we get ice cream. It's so cold. I saw a Greyhound bus, and the dog was riding on the inside. Hopefully you'll have an aha insight moment here. It's so cold. We had to salt the hallway. Not the driveway. All right. It's so cold. I tried to take out the garbage, but it refused to go. It's so cold. Even ice cubes have goosebumps. It's so cold. Sheep are demanding their wool back. It's so cold. My mocha latte turned into a fudgesicle. It is so cold. The Statue of Liberty put her torch inside her dress. Oh, it's so cold. Flashers are just showing pictures of themselves. It's so cold, I actually enjoy spilling coffee in my lap. Hey, it's so cold, I got hail damage in my shower. And finally, it's so cold, lawyers have their hands in their own pockets. And this has been
It's Bob's Comedy Corner. Should do be why.
Bob's Comedy Corner.
See me. There you go. Sorry about that. Let's see what's landing here. Tracy liked iced coffee. Hi, Brandy. No problem. I'm glad you can make it. Carrie likes it when I crack myself up. Salt the hallway. Yes. Love it. Yes, Keone. What's he chewing? What's he gnawing on? I never know what he's doing back there. Hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh my God. Okay. These are encouraging me, I'm going to keep doing these. Yes, you did arrive at the perfect time for Bob's Comedy Corner. All right, cool. Yep. I saved that one for the last one. Lawyers have their hands in their own pockets. I thought it might be Might be a funny one. All right, so what's the recap here? Oh boy, listen to my again my most recent interview series was with Holly MacCue. If you want to learn how to become the go-to expert in your field, check that out on my affirmations channel. There's a link to it in the description here. Check that out. What else? And then of course I talked at length. Yeah, if you're tuning in late, go back and watch the whole thing where I talked about the hidden danger in your daily routine. That's pretty deep stuff there. And I would like to know what you think about this. I'm going to highlight some of your takeaways at the end of this upcoming song. But I talked about the Abundant Life newsletter. If you go to bobbakerinspiration.com, get on that newsletter and choose either the free or paid option. It doesn't. There's no pressure one way or the other. But if you'd like to support my efforts as I go deeper, I talked earlier at length about how I'm going to be going deeper and give you more tangible stuff to improve your life, just above and beyond affirmations. As great as they are, we'll continue to do them. But I'm adding a new variety to my life by wanting to discuss these things that are even more meaningful. Also talked about that I'm working on a course that will launch hopefully pretty soon. I might actually launch it before the entire thing is in place. I got the heal section. There's a heal, activate, and connect. These are the 3-step process, and I got all the heal lessons pretty much ready to go. I still need to load it up into a course platform. I'm going to be using Kajabi for that. And I may launch it with just that, and then I'll add the sections soon after just to get it out into the world so you can start working with it. But that's coming up, but there's no link or anything yet. I'm just teasing you that this is coming. It's going to be our core offering, the main thing that we're leading people to improve their lives moving forward as I discuss these topics in my newsletter. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel and to Pooki's channel in particular. And I think we're good here. So this video, it doesn't lend itself for me highlighting comments as I usually do because there's words on the screen and there's people dancing and all this stuff. So what I want you to do is pop in the comments your takeaway for today. And as soon when the video's over, I will highlight your comments. I see Tracy's already put one in there. But yeah, what is your takeaway from this whole thing about habituation, and how do you find that balance in life between certainty and uncertainty variety? Stability, but keeping things fresh so life doesn't get too monotonous, which will make your life more rich and enjoyable, right? It's all about adding more joy to your life, more creativity, more fun. And so sometimes that takes shaking things up while also maintaining your structures, all right? So pop in your comments while this plays. This is the by far the most popular affirmation music video, you might say. And so I'm going to play it here, and we'll come back and highlight your takeaways. Here we go. Abundance is coming to me right now. 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 Money 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 is coming to me right now. Break it down. Yes. Success is is coming to me right now. Success is coming to me right now. Success is coming to me right now. Joy is coming to me right now. Joy is coming to me right now. I said joy is coming to me right now. Joy is coming to me right now. Break it down. Abundance, money, success, joy, healing is coming to me right now. 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 Yes. Love is coming to me right now. 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 Break it down. Yes. Abundance, money, success, joy, healing, love, right now. Abundance is coming to me right now. Money is coming to me right now. Success is coming to me right now. Yes. Joy is coming to me right now. Healing is coming to me right now. Love is coming to me right now. Break it down. Abundance is coming to me right now. Money is coming to me right now. Yes. Success is coming to me right now. Joy is coming to me right now. Yes. Healing is coming to me right now. Love is coming to me right now. Yes. Abundance is coming to me right now. Yes. All right, I'm going to fade out there. And so Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to highlight some comments that were left earlier. I neglected to acknowledge that the Mighty Bull sent a super sticker. And so thank you very much. Appreciate that. And so, yeah, those of you who don't know, on either of the YouTube channels, you can, where there's a comment, there should be like a little dollar sign that, and you may, depending on when you're watching it, you may or may not see that, but you have the ability to send a little digital monetary love our way. Be great if you especially did that over on Pooki's channel. So you have a few minutes left if you want to do that here. She will definitely know about it. All right, I'm going to highlight some things that were left during that song. Tracy said, my takeaway for today is change and balance for the good. Thanks so much, Rob, for today. So glad to be back. It's great to have you back, of course. Lisa earlier posted links in the live chat, but they're also in the description wherever you're watching this to subscribe to Pookie's channel and to my affirmations channel. If you're not, maybe you're not subscribed to either one of them. Maybe you're subscribed to one, not the other. Just make sure that you are. I'm encouraging you to do that. Let's see here. My takeaway: to have variety within structure. That's the bottom line right there. And I'm going to encourage you all, affirmations are very much mindset oriented. And so a lot of this work goes on in your mind, but you have to translate it into action. So these takeaways, it's good to think about them, but what are you actually going to do? How are you going to incorporate variety into your life? How are you going to mix things up and add that level of uncertainty that's going to add a little zest? Don't just think about it. Do it. I'm going to be talking a lot more about that in this newsletter, Beyond Affirmations. Because my motto I've been using lately is I'm on a mission to inspire and uplift humanity, one positive thought and one inspired action at a time. It's just not one positive thought at a time, one positive thought and one inspired action at a time. So take this stuff and make it concrete, okay? I can't emphasize that enough. And I know we're busy, but even some little thing that you can do just to mix things up today, do that and report back to me. If you're on the email list, you can respond to an email or you can leave a comment on that Substack site where all my stuff is housed there. All right, I'm going to keep going here. Jacqueline says, go for the balance. Don't be afraid of the new change. Yeah, we didn't even talk about how this relates to the comfort zone, but this isn't really about necessarily doing things that scare you. It's just trying to get a rise above the monotony of life or those things that you take for granted. How can you inject something new? Cherie says, takeaway, always be up for change. Even sometimes the not so good can end up fantastic. Absolutely. There's always a blessing, even in those negative things. Carrie says, I think the more fun, joy, and new experiences we have, the more and more come to us. But the fun and the joy, the new experiences are coming to us right there. So yeah, but you do open kind of like the floodgate to more of those experiences, but they in themselves are enjoyable. Let's see. Lisa always has something wise to say. Top takeaway: fill up your cup and keep things fresh. Don't get stuck in a rut. Mix it up. Move some furniture. Pick up a healthy hobby or learn something new. Look for ways to rise above the boredom. That's right. Especially if you're feeling boredom. If you're feeling that, is this all there is? Oh man, there's got to be more to life than this. This is some simple ways that you can start activating this joy in your life. Adele says, top takeaway, swap it up, try new things, make new experiences, have fun. Oh boy, you can't emphasize that enough. And then Lisa Shepherd over there, she left a super sticker, I'm assuming over on Pookie's channel. So thanks for the affirmations. Oh, thanks for the affirmations with Lisa. I'm sorry, that's her channel name. All right. So thank you, Lisa. That's so special. Appreciate you all being here. Cherie says, I do something different every day. Gratitude, blessings. Have an amazing week. It's time to sign off. We have come to that point right at about 90 minutes. And so, wow, running solo here. I didn't know I could talk so darn much. So have an amazing day. Activate this stuff in your life. Get on the email list. I'm done. Keone and I are going to go off and get out and enjoy the weather. You do the same. Love you all. Let's continue the conversation throughout the week and next Sunday. See you then. So long for now.